Hot on the heels of season 2 of the Playboy murders, Holly Madison has even more gripping true crime stories to share with Lethally Blonde. The new series explores ripped from the headline stories about people putting it all out there in the hopes of finding fame and beauty. Here's a sneak peek.
When you're working in an industry that centers around beauty, lines can easily get blurred, and sometimes that can be really dangerous.
She was very proud of her body, and she wanted to share that with the world.
It seems like she has just vanished into thin air.
It just takes, one unstable person to think that it's real.
She had no idea that there is this seedy side of this business. It's terrifying that there are people in this world that appear normal, but inside, they're just pure evil.
And Holly is in the house. Welcome, Holly.
Thanks for having me.
We're so excited that you're here. You are the host and executive producer of this. What can we expect?
It's a really exciting series. Every case is super different, but each case involves, whether it's the victim or the perpetrator, someone who is on the fringes of the entertainment industry or involved in a really interesting lifestyle. So it's super intriguing on many different levels. There's the case, and then there's the lives these people are living.
Right. You mentioned that they're on the fringe or in the fringe industries. Do you feel like these stories sometimes go overlooked? Was it nice to be able to give these people a voice?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the cases that were brought to my attention by production, I hadn't heard of. So yeah, I think some of them do go overlooked, but I also love painting a more complete portrait of who a person was rather than just OnlyFans model or whatever the initial headline was.
Well, you've been open about your own experiences on the dark side of the industry. Can you identify with the victims of these shows at all? Is there a story that really struck a chord with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Our season finale this season involves a woman named Annika DiLorenzo, and she was a Penthouse pet, and she got involved. She had a lawsuit with the company because she had a really bad experience, and then her death was extremely mysterious and still unsolved. So that one really struck a chord for sure.
Well, hopefully you're going to get some good news that some of these might get solved after they air.
I think that's every true crime producer's dream, for sure.
Right. Has speaking about your experiences and taking on this host executive producer role helped you reclaim your power a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I love being behind the scenes. I love telling stories. When I was on The Girls Next Door, it was all somebody else kind of making me into a character. So that was a lot to live up to. So.
Yeah, that's incredible. And like we said, you're coming hot off the season 2 of the Playboy murders. Have you always been into true crime?
Yes, I grew up watching Unsolved Mysteries, and it was my favorite thing to catch on TV. I just love telling true stories. I think there's so much to learn from them.
What is it that draws you to these type of stories?
I think it's the intrigue, the relatability, the what can I learn from this? It feels like the type of thing that could happen to anybody, really.
Yeah. And you also have your podcast, Girls Next Level, where you go through the episodes. I watched all the episodes of Girls Next Door. Has it been therapeutic? Is it fun to revisit? Is it all over the board?
It's super fun to be able to work with your best friend, and sometimes we get triggered and it's really unexpected for us. We never know what's going to trigger us, but mostly we're talking about a lot of good times or a lot of things we can laugh about now, and we love catching up with the guests, people we haven't talked to in like 15 years or haven't had a chance to see, so it's been really fun.
Who have been some of your favorites so far?
Of the guests, we have a lot of like playmates and people who were on the show, so it's other people's perspectives. We've had butlers from the mansion, makeup artists, so you really get like this fly on the wall look and fascinating perspectives.
Wow. And you made this amazing vision board for this year. Is there anything that you can share with us that's on it that you really hope happens?
Well, I really want to take my kids on a Disney cruise, so I already booked that for spring break, so that one's already happening. But yeah, I'm superstitious about talking about the ones that haven't happened yet. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we're rooting for you and all of it. Now, Lethally Blonde premieres Monday, March 25th at 10 p.m. on ID, so be sure to check it out. Thanks so much, Holly.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
So fun. You too.